let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna still start on the back. I was thinking of child's pose, but now let's go ahead and start on the back. And if you have a strap nearby or a kitchen towel or something to kind of that's strap-like, feel free to have that nearby as well. So once you're here, you're gonna just bring both knees in towards your chest and just move a little bit side to side. Yeah, so this is really nice and easy. Mochi, goodness. And you can start to circle your legs into a nice little circle, releasing through the low back, releasing it through the sacrum. Some of you, right off the bat, you might want to make bigger and bigger movements. And then slowly here, set your feet down onto the floor and have your feet fairly wide and start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Yeah, so kind of getting into a different area here. So let the movements be pretty free and easy for now. Taking out any rigidness. And when you're ready, as you come right back center, bring your palms right above your eyes. So if you need a little bit more warmth, you can always rub your palms together really quickly. So just taking a deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring your palms lightly above your eyes. So settling into this darkness, that little bit of heat, that little bit of darkness is going to start to relax your eyes, your eyelids. And just take a deep inhale here. And a deep exhale all the way out. So keep your eyes closed and release your arms right back down to the ground. So have the palms flipped up. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. So come back to that belly breathing that we did before. So inhale, really feel your belly start to expand and lighten. And then as you exhale, release. So let the ground also be a little bit of feedback for you, especially as you exhale, you're going to release down on towards the floor. And then coming into that 3-part Durga breath. Yeah, so it's a little bit more controlled. So as you inhale, feel your belly start to expand up towards the rib cage, up towards the collarbones. And a couple of options. You can do the reverse here. Exhale, chest, rib cage, and belly. Or you can just exhale everything out. Yeah. So as you inhale, feel this sense of expansion. You're just filling up filling a cup full of water. So from the bottom on up. And then as you exhale, you're pouring out that water from the top all the way down. So again, find any if there's any restrictions around your belly or around your chest, and see if you can let it go with each breath. And even throughout the hour, start to find that, yeah, if there's restriction, tightness, a little bit of the stubborn spots that we all have. And see with each exhale if that can melt away a little bit. Just being aware of that often starts the process. So maybe one more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale. So continue with this deep breathing. Keep your palms flipped up, a little bit of pancake. Start with your right palm. Right palm flips down as you turn your head towards the left. Inhale, you're going to come right back center. Left palm flips down as you turn your head to the right. Come right back center. And then continue to move your head side to side here. Okay, and then gradually as you come back center, you can continue with this motion. That's a little bit more gentle through the shoulders and the nerves, peripheral nerves. Or you can clasp your hands and just move your arms side to side. Or take hold of opposite elbows and just move a little bit side to side. Okay, you can add on with the legs. So opposite arm, opposite leg, or opposite direction. So as the knees go to the left, arms go to the left, to the right, and then vice versa. So it's almost kind of like a warm up for any twists that are eventually going to come. If you do have your arms, your hands clasped towards the ceiling, please bring your palms together. Yeah, so your arms don't really go that far. It's very, very slight. You're massaging right in between the shoulder blades. Okay, and then just as slowly as you come right back center, bring your right knee in and just start to circle your right leg. You can always move it out and in, out and in. Yeah. I'm going to do my usual hamstring opener because hamstrings in the low back, very, very connected here. So inhale, you're going to reach your right foot up. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, rebend. And then this next time, you can hold your right foot up towards the ceiling. So flex point your toes, circle your ankles, yeah. Flexing your feet and kind of spreading your toes apart up in the air. It is going to start to kind of open up into the sole of your foot here. And now you can keep your hands behind your thighs or grab hold of a strap or a kitchen towel, place it across the arch of your right foot. And gently you're going to turn your right toes at an angle, open it in the direction of your right shoulder. Yeah, so it's a very, very small movement. I know the common feeling is to want to draw the leg out. Right now, I encourage you to draw your right toes towards your right shoulder, and that's going to be just a little bit more of an effective way to open up into the hamstrings, your inner thighs. Won't you? And then now as you exhale, keep your toes at an angle, bring the leg across your body. So now you should be able to start to open up into the outer hip. And again, a little goes a long way with this one. I know I say that about a lot of movements, but this one in particular. You can start to extend your leg straight out. And slowly come right back center, reaching all the way long. So keep your hips on the floor, keep them relaxed, keep your shoulders also relaxed. You're finding that you're kind of hovering, just place a blanket right underneath your head. And from here, you're going to set your right foot down and just draw your left knee in towards your chest and just move it around here, getting into the hips. You can stay right here or bring the strap across the arch of your left foot and extend it upwards. And also, just a reminder, if you're using a strap, place it across the ball of your foot, arch of your foot, heel of your foot. That's going to change up the sensation a little bit. So I highly recommend figuring out what feels the best to you and what your needs are on this side. When you're ready, turn your toes at an angle, open an injection of your left shoulder, keep your right hip onto the floor. You can keep your right leg bent or extend it. And as you exhale, bring the leg across your body. Feel free to hold it at whatever variation a little longer if you're feeling a little tighter. And when you're ready, come back center and just hold it here, all 5 toes facing out. Again, hands can interlace behind your thighs. Don't feel like you have to keep your leg all the way straight. A little bit of a bend, completely fine. Okay, and then this next time, bring both feet into the strap or both hands behind your thighs, and you can just move a little bit side to side. Yeah, your feet are wide. Again, a little variation of happy baby. It's a little stronger through the hamstrings than the regular happy baby. And slowly set your strap aside, set both feet down onto the ground. Right ankle right above your left knee and just move a little bit side to side here. So a little bit more sacrum opener, a little bit more low back opener. So coming into light little twist. Now, if your low back is feeling extra tense today, I do recommend having a pillow right underneath, in this case, your right foot. Pillow or a block. Place it right underneath your right foot and then just pause here. Okay. Outer hip opener, if you want more of that, you're going to bring your right knee away from you. Right knee pulls in a little bit closer towards your face to open up a little bit more into the low back. So again, don't worry too much about how far your leg is going. Just stop once you feel the sensation. And then switching over, bring your right knee down towards the right and then pause here. This one can get a little bit stronger, so do place something underneath the knee. Unless you're used to it, then feel free to bring it all the way to the ground. Yeah, if you do have something that's kind of the height of the block, another thing too to alleviate it is you can always place your left foot, the foot that's on the ground, on the block, and that's going to kind of change the sensation once again. So slowly as you come right back center, switch your foot. Okay? And then just move a little bit side to side. And when you're ready, bring your left foot down towards the right, pause there. Okay. You can stay here for a little longer if you need. Otherwise, bring your left knee towards the left and start to open up into the right outer hip, right low back. No, okay. And slowly as you come right back center, set both feet down onto the floor. One more little low back opener, hands on your hips. As you exhale, press your low back down onto the floor, pulling the navel in and back, and then bring your low back into a neutral position. So you're not pushing forward, pushing up, you're just bringing it back, and then exhale, press down. So there's gentle pressure, gentle exertion through your low back as you press it down. So again, think of almost like the hips tucking under, but try not to let any, try not to force anything through the glutes. The glute muscles should stay fairly neutral. Okay, and then slowly as you come right back center, both palms flip down, bring your legs up into a tabletop. So you can zip your legs together or reach your legs up towards the ceiling and start to tick-tock your hips side to side. So your legs are tick-tocking. It's like a halfway twist. So don't let your shoulders lift off the floor. Your shoulders remain completely onto the ground. Your knees go to the right, left shoulder stays on the ground, and then switch. So again, you're not going all the way. Just where you're feeling a little bit of a stretch in your low back, your oblique muscles are definitely working a little harder here to control this motion. And start to pause once your legs go over to the right. Just pause right here. Yeah, again, still with the ease. Inhale, you're going to come right back center, knees to the left, and just pause. Keep your right shoulder blade on the floor. And then slowly you're going to come right back center, set both feet right back down onto the ground. So you can roll into a fetal position, sit up, or just roll all the way up into a seat. Once you're here, cross your ankles, hands onto your knees. Exhale, chin towards chest. Open right in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, chin up, chest up. Exhale, open right in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, chin up, chest up. Okay, so from here, I'm going to move the spine in all the different directions here. So inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Let's come into a little side bend here first. And then as you exhale, bend your top elbow as you look at your right hand. Reach your top arm up, look up. Exhale, bend your top elbow as you look at your right hand. Look up. One more time. Inhale, reach. And then from here, you're going to come all the way halfway down and then sweep your left hand right next to you as your right arm reaches up. So now you're in this side bend over towards the left. Same thing. Exhale, bend your top elbow, look at your left hand, reach your top arm up, look up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach up. Last one. Exhale. Inhale, you're going to come right back up. Walk your hands down the center, so both hands reaching forward and just move a little bit side to side. Again, not a big movement, just where you're starting to feel this nice length all the way down your back. So try not to pull the shoulders up, draw them back. Long inhale lifts you right back up. Now for a twist, right hand behind you, left hand onto your right knee. Gentle little twist here. If your hips are really feeling a little tight, it's okay to lift your left hip up just a little bit, but just make sure you're not over twisting here first, okay? And then slowly as you come back center, right elbow over your left, give yourselves a big hug or take hold of opposite hand to knee or come into Gardasana and add in any movement that feels the best to you currently. Long inhale lifts you up. Exhale, unravel and gently twist over towards the left. Good. So have a sense of extension through the spine. Now you're kind of spiraling upwards. And you come back center, left elbow over your right. So whatever option, hands opposite hand to opposite knee, give yourself a big hug, Gardasana, any movements that's going to help release you. Next inhale, come up. Next exhale, unravel your arms, bring your hands behind you, lift your chest up, exhale, release your head back. Long inhale up and long exhale all the way out. Slowly come right back up. You're going to come onto hands and knees, so wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So fingertips spread wide. Inhale, chin up, chest up, widen across your collarbones. Exhale, open right in between the shoulder blades. And continue here. Yeah, for some of you, this is probably enough. Others, if you want more options, you can slide right hip towards the right shoulder. So you're shortening one side. Make sure you're not tipping your hips to one side. Yeah, you're just kind of pulling it in. Look over your right shoulder and then switch. Shorten your left side as you look over your left shoulder. And continue with the slow tail wag. And as you come back center, lopsided child's pose. You're going to slide your right knee back just a couple of inches. Slide your hips back. Yeah. A couple of options with the arms. You can reach your arms out, forehead onto the ground. If you want more of a side bend, walk your hands over towards the left and reach out. Always feel free to place a block right underneath your forehead if you need a little more height. Yeah, some of you are going to feel this a lot in your low back. Others, if you're feeling pretty good in your low back today, you might not feel it immediately. So, and there's all these different options. And slowly, as you come right back up, switch over to the other side. So bring your left knee back, walk your hands over towards the right, and reach it back. So start to explore in this position. Some of you might want to draw your hips a little bit heavier towards your heels. Maybe some of you might feel a little better lifting up. Long inhale lifts you right back up. Both knees are level with one another. As you exhale, slide your hips back. And then inhale, chin up, chest up. Exhale, slide your hips back. And then inhale, chin up, chest up. So as you slide your hips back towards your heels, imagine that somebody is gently pulling your hips back. And you're resisting just a little bit more with your arms, with your hands. Next time, as you come right back up, extend your right leg straight back, dig the ball of your foot down. You're just push back and forward, push back and forward. Slowly, as you come back center, a couple of options. One, you can just lift your leg up, exhale, tap it down, inhale, lift, exhale, tap it down. Two, opposite arm reaches up, exhale, tap it down, inhale, lift, exhale, tap it down. So one of the things that'll make it a little bit more effective here is keeping your joints stacked on one another. Yeah. And that'll help keep you a little more steady. And then slowly inhale, you're gonna lift and just pause right here. You can stay here. This is a great place to be. Otherwise, curl your heel to your seat, maybe opposite hand, take hold of your opposite foot. And as you exhale, bring both hands and knees down onto the floor. Lift your right arm all the way skyward, and 3 times as you exhale, right arm is going to come behind the left, so have a sense of reach, open right in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift right back up. Exhale, reach. One last one, inhale, you're going to lift. And as you exhale, stay with this thread and needle. Set your wrist, shoulder, and side of the head down to the ground. You can reach your fingertips forward. Keep your palm next to your face, or come into a half bind and open up here. Hips stay right above your knees. So again, this sensation might feel pretty similar to Garudasana. Yeah, right in between the shoulder blades. Slide your left palm right next to your face. Reach your right arm skyward. Bring both hands right back down, and left leg extends straight back behind you. Dig the ball of your foot down, push back and forward, and push back and forward. And as you come right back center, maybe left leg inhale lifts up, hip height, exhale, tap it down, or opposite arm can lift, tap down, lift, tap down. Yeah, still quite core heavy. So there's a sense of pulling the navel up and away from the ground, so it's kind of hugging in a little. Okay, and you can stay right here, just a few breaths, or curl your heel to your seat, opposite hand reaches for your opposite foot. And as you exhale, set both hands and knees down. Left arm reaches all the way up, and then 3 times. Exhale, sweep it behind the right. Inhale, reach right back up. Exhale, sweep. Your final one, inhale, reach. And as you exhale, reach, 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 set the wrist, shoulder, and set the head down onto the floor. You can keep your palm next to your face or extend it towards the top of the mat or come into a half bind. Happy shoulders. That's what you want right now at this position. And then slowly slide your right palm next to your face. Reach your left arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring both hands right back down. So extended puppy pose. Hips to your right above your knees. Walk your fingertips forward. Forehead or chin to chest onto the ground. Ideally, you want to keep your elbows off the floor. But if that's a little too strong for you, it's okay to keep your elbows down onto the ground. Again, try to keep your shoulders happy. Yeah. So when you're ready, inhale, you're going to lift up, elbows all the way down to the ground if not already, and you're going to slide all the way forward onto your belly. So your elbows are underneath the shoulders, press down onto your palms, draw the chest in between the biceps, wide across collarbones in Sphinx pose. Look over your right shoulder and pause. Yeah, and then look over your left shoulder and pause. So stretching out into the side of your neck. Inhale, you're going to come right back center. Okay, now as you release down onto the ground, you're going to bring your arms a little bit wider. Yeah, elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Tops of your feet can stay on the floor. Inhale, you can lift. Keep your palms down. Yeah. Otherwise, if you want to lift, you can lift your elbow and your palms off the ground. So you're floating up. And then exhale, release. So a couple more times just to strengthen into your back muscles. This next time, inhale, just hold this float. And as you exhale, slowly release right back down. Stack your hands directly on top of one another, heels to your seat, and just move out your hips side to side. And then as you extend your legs straight out, slide your hands right underneath the shoulders. You're going to lift up and exhale, slide your hips all the way back into child's pose. Re-extend and stretch out into your whole back. Child's pose, generally I do encourage you to keep your elbows down. You can have your hands right next to your sides, but shoulders and arms shouldn't bear too much tension here. Okay. Now as you come up, come into your down dog. So tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Move a little bit side to side. Have the sense of nice breath that's coming in and out with ease. You can bend your knees, lift your hips up and back. So try to enjoy this down dog. Just as if your cat or dog stretches out that way. They always feel like it always seems like they have a sense of enjoyment, right? So bring that same side in. And then slowly Bend your knees, look up in between the hands, and slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Feet are hip width and parallel. Take hold of opposite elbows. Look at your knees and just swing a little bit side to side. Bend your knees quite a bit. Yeah, you're taking it out of your hamstrings and keeping it open through the low back. Good. Hands above or below the knees. Inhale halfway up, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, forward fold. Long inhale, straight spine. Sweeps your arms all the way out and up. As you exhale, side bend over towards the right. Good. And then inhale, you're going to lift it right back up, side bend over towards the left. Inhale, you're going to come right back up. Interlace your hands behind you. This is always option one, or make a fist, place a fist on your sacrum, elbows in, lift your chest, exhale, release your head back. And then slowly, you're going to come right back up. Inhale, roll shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. I'm going to start with the wider stance here. So this first one, step your feet out fairly wide. So I'll just demonstrate this way. So all 10 toes are facing forward. So first, using your back here, so inhale, or using your upper body, inhale, you're going to lift, and exhale, side bend over towards the right. Now, as you bend your top elbow, look at your right foot. Inhale, you're going to reach your top arm up, look up. Exhale, bend your top elbow, look down. Inhale, reach your top arm up. And then continue here. So this top elbow can draw back a little bit, and that's going to feel nice and releasing for the chest and the shoulders. Okay, and you can even hold it here. Yeah, it's going to open up a whole different area of the neck. And slowly you're going to come right back up and exhale, side bend over towards the other direction. Same thing, bend your top elbow, look at your left foot, reach your top arm up, look at your top arm, and continue. So the whole time you're breathing. That's very important. And whenever you want, feel free to pause, bring your elbow back, bring your arm back, open all the way here. Okay, long inhale lifts you right back up. Bring your hands behind you and doing a little speed skater movement. So hinge your upper body forward as you bend your right knee. Inhale, you're going to come right back up. Exhale to the other side. So you're just lunging lightly side to side. Okay, so opening up into the inner thighs, inner hips. It's also a very strengthening movement too. Okay. So with this next movement, I'm going to bring back the imagery of the flower that I've used it, I want to say last year. I want to say a few months ago, but it's actually last year. You're going to come right back center. You're going to hinge all the way forward. So feel free to grab hold of a stack of books, a block, whatever you have, and bring your hands down onto the ground. Yeah. And then once again, bend one knee and then the other. And slowly as you come right back center, right hand is underneath your face, left hand on your hip, lengthen your spine, and gentle little twist. Okay? And then from here, just imagine that from your heart, your collarbones, that's the roots. And as you lift your arm up, it's a stalk of flower that's lifting up from the roots. Yeah, and your fingertips are petals. So pick your favorite flower. Yeah, reaching out. So just remember, you're reaching up from the roots. So from the heart, from the collarbone area, reach all the way up. Because a lot of times, whenever we use our arms, we use it kind of from the shoulder on up. Dig a little bit deeper. Have it come all the way from the roots. Yeah, so then suddenly your arm gets a little bit lighter. And then as you exhale, slowly come right back down. Winter again. And then as you exhale, switch And same thing, have the sense of opening here, reaching up. Again, don't feel like you have to reach all the way up. It's still very, not barely spring. So your knee and your hand can be onto your hip, but same thing. Think about lifting from your heart. And then as you exhale, slowly release right back down. Yeah. And then hands onto your hips. Long inhale lifts you up. Okay. Coming into warrior two, but still with that imagery, except now you have two flowers. So you're going to bring your right toes to face the top of your mat. I'll bring your back toes in, bend through the front knee, and please have your front knee directly above your ankle. You're going to reach your arms out. Okay, so one of the things with warrior two is I always notice, even within myself, there's a lot of tension that resides right here. So take it out and bring your arms slightly in front of you. Try not to draw back. So when you bring your arms out in front of you, you should be able to see the arms through the corners of your eyes. Yeah. And same thing. Imagine that your stalk of flower is pulling out and reaching out towards your petals. Yeah. So get lighter through the shoulders. Still with the same lightness, inhale, you're going to lean forward. Reach your top arm up. Exhale, reverse. Good. Inhale, you're going to come forward. Exhale, reverse. Good. Yeah, so everything's coming from the midline. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now slowly you're going to reach all the way out right here. Straighten out your front leg and now come into triangle. So reach, reach, reach. Bottom hand comes down, the other arm lifts up. Top hip can spin down a little bit more. You know, I'm a fan of that because it just feels so much better through the low back and the sacrum and the back leg, actually. Because think of your back leg as kind of spiraling. And then long inhale lifts you right back up. And step both feet hip width parallel and release here. Inhale, roll shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back. We're going to find a little bit more groundedness before we go to side two. So come into your chair, Utkatasana, bend your knees, fingertips scoop to the ground, inhale, lift. And then exhale, you're going to stand right back up. So really push down into the ground. Inhale, lift your arms as you sink down into chair. And then exhale and slowly stand. Good. So you should be feeling a little bit more strongly through the glute muscles. So let that be your grounding muscles here. And then lift. Yeah, you'll feel something on your tops of your thighs. As long as it's not on the knee joint, we're good. And then now as you exhale, come back into chair, bring your palms together and gently twist over towards the right. Yeah, it doesn't have to be an excessive twist. So your knees are fairly level. If one knee kind of pulls forward a little bit, that's fine. Just make sure that's not pulling all the way forward. And slowly you're going to come right back center. Palms come together and gently rotate over towards the other direction. And then slowly you're going to come right back up. Exhale, release. Okay, now coming back into warrior two. So you're going to ground down into your left foot, and then step back with your right. Side two. Yeah. Bend through the front knee. You're going to reach your arms out. Shoulders stay right above your hips. Make sure that the knee doesn't go too much past your ankle. Keep it right above the ankle, because that's all you need. Reach your arms out. Bring your arms forward a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So from here, again, you're holding flowers. The flowers are growing from your heart on either side. So reach it out. And then from here, inhale, lean forward. Good, yeah. And then exhale, reverse. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse. Yeah. So this is where you're moving from your obliques here. Yeah, just one more each side.
Exhale, and now keep your front thigh quite strong. Straighten it out. Reach your fingertips forward, forward, forward. Bottom hand comes down as the other arm lifts up. So top hip spirals down a little bit. So you can gaze wherever you want. Now you can look down, you can look up, you can do both together. A little bit of a sequence. And then slow inhalation lifts you right back up. Exhale, bend your front knee, step both feet hip width and parallel. So inhale, roll shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back once again, and getting into those foot exercises. So feet hip width and parallel. You're gonna lift all 10 toes off the floor. Keep your knees really soft. Starting with your pinky toe, slowly release each foot down to the ground. And once again, your toes will not cooperate. That is okay. Okay, so it's just the act of moving them in this way. It'll be really beneficial for your feet. And maybe start with your big toe and slowly release each one down. And just continue here. Yeah, so you're really spreading your feet. Okay, and then once you feel like your toes have really spread, maybe lift your right heel up, release it down, and then left heel up, release it down. And then just continue to go side to side here. Okay, so now for a little bit of a balance, set both feet down and your knees are soft. So use a little bit more of your core. Inhale, you're gonna lift your heels off the floor. Okay, it's gonna be wobbly, that's okay. And then exhale, release right back down. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, release. And this next time when you've lifted your heels off the ground, just pause right there. Yeah, it's okay to kind of wobble. It's okay to kind of take a little steps forward. And then exhale, release your heels down onto the floor. Okay, so you'll take a deep inhale and a deep exhale all the way out. Okay. So because we've done a ton of grounding, I am going to add in just a very short walking meditation. Some of you have probably done it with me in my Friday classes. So all you really need is a space of your mat. Okay. It is a meditation, so try not to get too distracted with the things around your room. So as you ground down into your feet, yeah, what you'll do is you'll just take steps towards the back of your mat or towards the front of your mat. But with each step, be very, very aware of your feet. Yeah, so let's say you'll step your right foot forward. Be very mindful of how your back heel lifts and then step it forward. So you're walking very, very slowly. Be aware of the textures underneath your feet, whether this is on a carpet or a hardwood floor or a rubber mat. Once you've reached the top of the mat, just turn around and then step it forward. Feel free to step off the mat, walk around the room, but keep your gaze very soft. So you're drawing everything internal. And anytime you find your attention drift, this is a very challenging one for me personally, so I really know how that attention drifts. Pull it right back in. Has your breath sped up? Has it slowed down? And then slowly, when you're ready, in the next 2 breaths or so, slowly come right back onto your mat. Yeah, feet are hip width parallel. Retaining the same sense of groundedness. Yeah, you'll just close your eyes here. Exhale. Knees are still soft, joints are still soft. And let your eyes open really gently. Come into a tree pose. So ground down into your right foot. Left sole of your foot comes onto the ankle, shin, or right above the knees. Your hips are level. It's how high, how low your leg goes, completely up to you. Whatever variation that feels the best. Bring your palms together. And again, you can stay here. You can reach your arm up. You can bring your arms behind you on your hips. Okay. So just be aware with if the hips kind of draw out to the side, it does get a little heavy on the joint. So try to bring the leg in. And then slowly draw a knee forward, set both feet down. And then a right sole of your foot comes onto the ankle, shin, or right above the knee. And you can bring your palms together. And then whenever you're ready, yeah, slowly release both feet down. Start to make your way back into a down dog. Or just go straight into a child's pose or down dog and then child's pose. And slowly when you're ready, rolling up, make your way back onto your backs. Now, hug your knees in towards your chest, moving a little bit side to side. Let's come into a recline twist, right leg over your left, knees go over towards the left. It could be the same sort of variation that we did at the beginning of class or any other variations that you like. If you're kind of over twists, just bring your right ankle right above your left knee and just maybe move a little bit side to side. That counts. Slowly as you come back center, switch over to the other side and same thing. As you come back center, both feet hip width and parallel, hands by your side. Inhale, you're going to lift your hips up. And let's come into bridge pose. So you can bring your arms to 90 degrees or clasp your hands. Just make sure your knees aren't splaying open. Keep all 10 toes parallel, your kneecaps parallel. Ground down through the feet, ground down into your shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, slowly
lower everything right back down. Yeah, and then just pause here. For next to final pose, feel free to go into your happy baby. Hands to the instep or the outside of your feet. Keep the tailbone heavy. If that doesn't feel good, you can just have your feet pretty wide and windshield wiper your knees. And then whenever you feel like you've had enough, feel free to go into your Shavasana, legs out, palms flipped up. Legs, you can take legs up the wall. That's the nice thing about Shavasana at home. You can make it as comfortable as you want. Keep your eyes closed. Take a long inhale. As you exhale, release. Release down towards the ground. So keep your eyes closed and start your wiggle toes and fingers. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Reach your arms all the way up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your knees to your chest and just move a little bit side to side. When you're ready, either roll up or come into a fetal position and sit up. Shoulders roll up towards your ears and then exhale, roll back. And come back to your three-part Durga breath. So inhale, expand through the belly, the chest, the rib cage, and then chest. Exhale.
On the inhale, draw your arms out and up all the way. Exhale, palms come together. Come back to your regular breath. Love and gratitude. Namaste.
Day.
Thank you so much.